This is Tyler Jalbert, driver of the 04 mainly asphalt Camaro. We're watching XCAL on Telesign TV.
Esto es XCAL League, soy Octavio Rondoletto y me verás arriba del Telesign 77.
Hi, this is Angelo Esposito, driver of the 33 machine, and you're watching XCAL Racing on Telesign TV.
Hi, this is Kenny Tripp, driver of the main model truck service Camaro. You're watching XCAL Racing on Telesign TV.
Hey, ich heiße Rafael Sempro und bin der Fahrer des Wagens mit der Nummer 74 und ihr guckt XCAL Racing auf Telesign TV.
This is Ryan Soper, driver of the number 84 RS racing car, and you're watching XCAL Racing on Telesign TV.
Good evening, my friend, and welcome to Heat Race number 3 of 4 for the XCAL Racing, Heat Race number 4 of 4 for the XCAL Racing 1st and 15 300. My name's BDJ Zeller, the voice of XCAL Racing, and we are getting ready for an epic conclusion here to a great day of racing from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. We have about 20 cars looking to qualify here in the final heat race. Only 4 will transfer to the main event. This one should be certainly a good one as we are wrapping up qualifying here. Here's what you missed in the first 3 heat races, rather. In heat race number 1, it was an epic race that late in the end came down to a battle between Joel Blewett and William Karp. However, in the end, it was William Karp that was able to walk away victorious. He parked his car in victory lane in heat race number 1. In heat race number 2, it was another great event from the XCAL Racing League. However, at the end of that one, it was eventually... I know Kenny Tripp won heat race number 3. I'm drawing a blank on who won heat race number 2. We'll come back to that one in just a moment. Octavio Rondoletto won heat race number 2. Sorry, it's been a long day. You call a lot of these XCAL heat races. Eventually, you just start to forget things a little bit. Each race just kind of starts blending in with one another. As that kind of feels like what's happening here as we are in heat race number 4. But I am very excited to be here for heat race number 4. It's been a long day. It is time to finally get this one in the books and see what we're looking at for a starting field for tomorrow's 1st and 15 300. These heat races have been a lot of fun, some really good racing on the track. I'm thinking that this is going to be a great race this week from the XCAL Racing League. I'm excited to see what these boys can do on the ruins of North Wilkesboro down here in North Wilkesboro, North Carolina, as we look like we're about to start wrapping up qualifying here. Drivers getting the last few moments to put down some times as everyone's just trying to get the pole here at the last second as the last laps get completed. We will go over the starting grid in just one moment. As like I said earlier, 4 cars will transfer from this heat. It's 50 laps. Top 4 move on to the main event as qualifying does finally wrap up here. Here's what we are looking at for a starting grid this week for heat race number 4 of 4. Starting on pole position, that is, position number 1 will be the 99 of Tyler McRae. In second will be the 01 of John Schwartz. In third will be the number 31 of Josh Rogers. Fourth will be the number 04 of Tyler Jalbert. Fifth will be the 28 of Stephen Rex. Sixth will be the 17 of Heather Patrick. 7th will be the number 18 of Brian Eady. 8th will be the 53 of Tyler Batchelder. 9th will be the 19 of Greg Holes. 10th will be the 7 of Jeff Edgar. 11th will be the 07 of Kyle Strychars. 12th will be the number 2 of Ben Eaton. 13th will be the number 42 of Noah Carpenter. 14th will be the 25 of Bruce Helmuth. 15th will be the 45 of Travis Sukup. 16th will be the number 5 of Derek Colson. 17th will be the 37 of Art Hendren. 18th will be the number 82 of Alex Gangler. And 19th will be the number 24 of Jeremy Leto. That is your starting grid here for heat race number 4. As we get things ready to get underway, we're going to try to catch a quick word here with our pole setter, Tyler McRae. And Tyler McRae, it's PD up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, PD, how's it going?
Pretty good, Tyler. Well, here we are, heat race number 4. Your car's starting on pole position, and man, those dropping bomb cars have looked good all weekend. Tell me, Tyler, what's the keys here to keeping the 99 car out in front?
Track stuff, man. My car will come in, then go away, then come in, then gets tight. Keeping your nose clean, that's another big thing. I want to appreciate all my teammates who dropping bombs racing and working hard. We put in a lot of laps here. It's been a tough track this weekend.
Certainly, this is the first time XCAL Racing's ever gone there, so obviously everyone's learning a new track. It is a very unique track. What do you think the trouble spots are on this track? Where do you think are the places that are going to really test these drivers the most this weekend?
Turn one. Turn one's a big trouble spot.
10-4. Well, Tyler, I'm going to let you catch up with your team, but best of luck to you in this heat race, buddy. Hopefully we get to talk to you after the race.
I appreciate it, PD. I wanted to thank XCAL and Palestine TV.
You too, Tyler. That's Tyler McRae, our pole sitter, driver of the number 99. Some stories in the field. Right now, starting in 4th place is last week's feature winner, Tyler Jalbert. We'll be curious to see if he can get up into one of these top 4 transfer spots and hang on to it. Starting in 7th place, making his XCAL debut, is going to be the number 18 of BRYAN, EADY. EADY, a regular in the official street stocks, a hard runner there. We'll see if that talent can translate over to the XCAL Racing League. Also, starting 11th with a bad qualifying run, Kyle Streichar has been a contender in a lot of these early heat races. However, a bad qualifying run here in heat race number 4, it's making it look pretty precarious if that 07 is going to transfer or not tonight. We will have to find out. The field comes down for corners number 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2 rather. They come off the corner behind that iRacing Ford Mustang. It's going to be Tyler McRae in the Dropping Bombs 99 with John Schwartz in the Big Block Motorsports 01 to his outside. As they head down into corners number 3 and 4, that iRacing Ford Mustang is going to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. The field is now at the mercy of Tyler McRae. Flagman Dale Jr. lets him rip. Green flag in the air. We're down and away. Good jump for the 99 of McRae. He got it going right away. Lots of bumps from the 04 to the 01 of Schwartz. Good racing up there. Here we go for 3rd. It's going to be Jalbert on the outside. He's going to clear the 31 of Josh Rogers. The wrecking in the back. I see Jeff Edgar gets loose. We'll see if that brings out a caution. They still race now down into corners number 1 and 2. Side by side for 2nd they are. The 01 of John Schwartz races to the outside of Tyler Jalbert. Jalbert doing a good job holding on to that car on the low side. Schwartz doing all he can to drive that car around the high side. As Josh Rogers gets loose, he gets out of the groove, and now a whole mess of cars are going to go around him. That's going to move the 28 of Rex up in the 4th in the final transfer spot. Here comes BRYAN, EADY for 4th final transfer spot. They race ahead of him, the 04 underneath the 01 for 2nd. It is going to be John Schwartz on the high side continuing to drive that car around. They are being quickly tracked down right now, though, by the number 18 of BRYAN, EADY. The BRYAN, EADY machine is that all-black car. He needs to get some numbers for tomorrow's event. As he continues to track him down, caution is out for the first time on the speedway. Caution is out for the first time as a yellow is out. It looks like the 37 of Art Hendren has went around. So we will see what happened there to Art. As actually, I believe it might have been in front of him. I see the 28 of Stephen Rex went around, and I believe that's where the caution started. So we'll see what happened to Rex. Replay is up, and Stephen Rex just got a little loose looking to the outside of BRYAN, EADY, and that car spun off the corner. So Rex getting loose and just was not able to hang on to that car. Now Rex will go back to the rear of the field. That is the first caution of the night, so we'll try to get a quick word in with Stephen Rex and see what happened there from the inside of his car. All right, we're connecting to his radio, and I think we got him now. Stephen Rex, it's PD up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, PD, yeah, I sure do.
Well, Steven, looks like the car got a little loose coming off the corner there. What happened from in the cockpit?
Car came underneath me, and I gave him the room, and then when I got back on the gas, I just lost it. And I tried to keep it down low so I wouldn't collect anybody else, and I thought everybody was by, and then the 37 came by, and just had a run of good luck earlier in the year, and I'm kind of struggling lately. Good qualifying runs, just can't keep the car underneath me during the race.
Well, Steve, it looks like the DBR cars have been strong this weekend from North Wilkesboro, so I'm sure there's some positivity there. Looking forward to the features, Steve. How do you feel about not only yours, but your entire team's chances this week?
Oh, I think we're good. We have a pretty decent long run set up, and just struggling with the short run. When you need 15 to 20 laps for the car to come in, it makes it tough in a 50-lap heat race. But 300 laps, I believe the feature is, will be good.
We will let you catch up with your team, Steve. Hopefully you can get a good run and get back into a transfer spot. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that was Stephen Rex, driver of the number 28 Dropping Bombs Racing Machine. We get one lap till we go back green flag racing. Here's how they run. First place, Tyler McRae. Second place, Tyler Jalbert. Third, John Schwartz. 4th Brian Eady, 5th Greg Holes, 6th Josh Rogers, 7 Kyle Strychars, 8 Jeff Edgar, 9th Ben Eaton, and 10th Alex Gangler. 2 cars are out. Derek Colson is out. Travis Sukup is out. So here we come through turns 3 and 4. That iRacing Ford Mustang makes the hard left-hand turn into the pits. Field to the mercy of Tyler McRae. He lets him go. Green flag in the air. They're down and away. McRae gets the jump, and it's going to be Brian Eady clearing John Schwartz for 3rd. Eady will now look on as McRae and Jalbert battle side by side. Jalbert on the high side of the racetrack does a good job as he is going to try to battle with McRae. Jalbert will not let McRae get away from him. He drives that car all the way up the racetrack. Now he gets tight. That opens up the door for Brian Eady. Eady looks to the inside. Nothing doing there. Eady thinking about sticking the nose in. Eady will stick the nose in as he's going to have to catch the car. Almost got in there a little too deep. He does get... Oh, a hard crash! Greg Holes goes hard into the outside wall. We'll see if that brings out the caution. Not sure. I don't know if anyone else got collected. We're still green right now. We are still racing green as here we go. John Schwartz is caught right up to the bumper of Brian Eady. They race pretty close for 3rd and 4th right now. Eady just kind of trying to find a way around that 04 as here we go. Tyler McRae goes around the 5 of Derek Colson. They go around that lap car as Colson gets to the bottom of the racetrack. The battle is still on for 3rd though as John Schwartz runs all over the bumper right now of the 18 of Eady. Eady doing a good job. Eady off the corner. He's going to carry the momentum, but Schwartz is right there in his tire tracks. Great battle going on for 3rd and 4th right now. Great battle going on for the lead. Tyler Jalbert is all over the rear bumper right now. Tyler McRae. That looks like that car is just getting a little bit tight as this run continues to go on. And Jalbert, number 04, looks like it's getting stronger and stronger as the run goes on. Jalbert runs right in the tire tracks right now with that 99 car. He's just waiting for McRae to make a little mistake to open up a hole for him. McRae runs high on the racetrack. McRae gets loose. There's the mistake. Jalbert all over him. Jalbert now is literally right up his tailpipes as Jalbert peeks to the outside. We'll see if he can make something stick. He cannot. 3rd and 4th place still right there behind him too with Eady and Schwartz. Here comes Jalbert. Jalbert drives it down to the inside. Jalbert gets underneath the 99 of McRae. They race side by side for that top spot. Brian Eady looks on. Brian Eady gets a little tight off the corner. That's going to kill his momentum. They still go side by side for the top spot. McRae on that high side of the racetrack pulls that car up off the corner, and McRae with a good run down the front stretch. He's going to just about clear Jalbert into turn number 1, but Jalbert still going to drive that car in deep, keep the nose under. Now Jalbert gets loose off, so Jalbert has to recover the race car. He slides back into the hole in 2nd, and now he has Brian Eady right up his tailpipes. Top 4 all under a blanket. In 5th place, Kyle Strychar is starting to close in, although it is Tyler McRae in the 99 looking like he's going to open up a little bit of a gap between him and the 04 of Tyler Jalbert. Eady is all over Jalbert. He's just waiting for an opportunity to work his way around the 04. Here we come down the backstretch. Eady peeks the nose down low. Eady's underneath the 04 of Jalbert. Brian Eady races to the inside, and off the corner, Brian Eady takes over 2nd position as now Jalbert might try the crossover as they head down into turn number 1. Jalbert will hesitate, and that'll give 2nd position to Brian Eady. Eady will now set his sights on our leader of Tyler McRae as, coming off the corner, almost getting into the wall there was Eady. Keeping an eye, though, on that 01 of John Schwartz. I know that Schwartz has a good setup under that car. He ran the same setup as our first heat winner, William Park. So, the 01 car is going to have speed as the long run goes on. Right now, though, looks like John Schwartz just kind of saving his tires, biding his time. Here we go, battle for the lead. McRae to the high side. Here comes Brian Eady down low. Eady works his way underneath the 99 of McRae. Eady and McRae go side by side for that top spot, and it's going to be Brian Eady off the corner. Eady's going to take the lead away from McRae, so give Brian Eady in his XCAL debut the lead in heat race number 4. He is taking the top spot away from McRae, and now Eady is driven up into that 1st position. McRae drives right up his tailpipes, though, looking to maybe pull off the crossover. They go down into 3 and 4. McRae still all over the 18 of Eady. It is Eady, though, now opening up a little bit of a gap between him and McRae. So Brian Eady is now out in front. 2nd place going to be McRae. 3rd is Jalbert. 4th is Schwartz. They are still all right under a blanket. Eady gets tight off the corner. Here comes McRae back to the inside. Tyler McRae dives down low underneath Brian Eady. McRae goes side by side with that Eady number 18. They come off the corner, and it's going to be, a little contact between the two. They're going, and McRae gets into Eady. McRae sends Eady around. Eady's going to hang on to it. McRae goes barrel rolling. Tough break there, and it looks like Kyle Strychars also went around. Caution is out on the speedway, and a tough break there as Brian Eady and Tyler McRae just made a little bit of contact with each other there, heading into the corner. A tough break there as a caution flew on the speedway. Replay is up, and they're racing side by side for the lead. Tyler McRae just came up the racetrack ever so slightly into the quarter panel of Brian Eady. McRae went flipping into the wall violently, and then Eady, saving the race car, came up the racetrack right in front of Kyle Strychars. And caution was out on the racetrack, so that was our second caution of this event as Bryan Eady and Tyler McRae made contact with each other. Oh, McRae gets into Eady. He gives him a big bump there. McRae not happy at all with Eady. McRae going to bring that car down pit road. And now Tyler Jalbert will be in the lead. Second place will be John Schwartz. And Tyler McRae not happy whatsoever with the 18 of Eady. And we're going to try to catch word with McRae here in a moment. We're going to let him cool down for a minute. We don't want to hear anything we don't want to hear. Sorry. While searching for words here. But we are going to try to maybe catch a quick word with him if he is willing to do so. So it looks like that Race Control is still talking with the leaders. We're going to let that happen first. I want to make sure I don't interrupt anything important here for Tyler McRae. Like I said, making sure we give McRae a minute to cool down as Race Control still goes over the logistics of what happened there. Our leaders will change, though. It's going to be Jalbert in first, second John Schwartz, third will be Eady, fourth will be Josh Rogers, fifth will be Noah Carpenter. And that is your top five as they run, as things are still very heated right now in this one. McRae not happy at all with the 18 of Eady. I didn't really see anything too much there between the two. I'm going to be really curious to hear Tyler McRae's stance on what happened there, as he is still in conversations with Race Control about the incident, so we're going to give him a minute. Race Control trying to explain in great detail why they threw the caution there and why they penalized him, because McRae did receive an EOL penalty for that. And it's going to be Eady, though. Eady is up to the third spot. He did not get penalized for that, so they deemed that to be McRae's fault. That wasn't an equal participation incident, as they still debate the logistics of the wreck here. This is our third caution of this heat race. And we're going to possibly try to catch word here with Tyler McRae now, as we are scanning up the radio of the 99 car as he's down by the infield care center. And Tyler, tough incident there. Can you please tell me what happened from your perspective?
The solid black car that's breaking the rules of having no numbers on the car but still allowed to run drove into me. Turn in turn one. It's that simple.
Tough break there for you, Tyler, obviously, but still looking forward to the feature event. You are guaranteed to be in the race on points. You had a strong car. Still got to be looking forward to this feature event, knowing the type of car you have underneath you.
Yeah, it just gets old getting wrecked by people all the time. You know what I mean? And then Race Control says it's my fault because my tires are above the upper lane, and the upper lane theory just doesn't work. Something's going to have to be looked at like that, because two cars can almost fit in the upper lane going down the front stretch. That whole who's in what lane tire-wise is baloney.
All right, Tyler, well, thank you for the quick word. Obviously frustrated. Best of luck to you tomorrow, though, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, that was Tyler McRae driving the 99. We're back green here. Battle is on for second. Eady, the driver that McRae's upset with, is still running up front. He goes to the inside of John Schwartz. Schwartz goes way up the racetrack. Eady now works his way under Schwartz. They race side by side as they go off into the corner. Eady on that inside lane in the number 18 solid black car. He's going to get that car up off the corner, and now Eady's up to second. Third place is going to be Schwartz. Schwartz race side by side now with Noah Carpenter for the third spot. They do the dance for the position number 3. It's Schwartz on that way high side of the racetrack. Schwartz in the 42 battle, but it looks like Noah Carpenter is going to prevail for the time being, so move Carpenter in the 42 now up to third. Strycharz has recovered from that wreck. He's back up to fifth, so Strycharz is certainly not out of the running here. Still a great race going on here in the XCAL Racing Heat Race number 404, first and 15, 300 from North Wilkesboro, North Carolina. My name is BJ Zeller, the voice of XCAL Racing. You're tuned in to Telesign TV. Up front, the battle for the lead is getting tighter as the laps go on. It is Bryan Eady in that black number 18 closing in on the 04 of Tyler Jalbert. I mean, he is all over the 04 as this race continues to wind on. Eady drives that car up off the corner, and and he is running right into tire tracks of Jalbert. He dives it down into the corner, and actually he's going to back up his corner a little bit. He'll get a good run off. He gives the 04 of Jalbert a little tap there. He gets Jalbert sideways. Jalbert's going to hang on to it, but EADY now goes to the outside. EADY made a nice move there to get to the outside of Jalbert. They race side by side for the top spot. Off the corner, it's EADY with a heck of a run down the backstretch. Bryan EADY goes side by side with Tyler Jalbert in the corners number 3 and 4, and Bryan EADY will not be able to get clear. It's going to be 04 of Jalbert hanging on, but EADY's still to the outside, so this is still very much so a battle. Noah Carpenter in the 42's caught right up to these two guys. They are all going to do the dance for the top spot here as EADY gets tight off the corner. Jalbert now has a nose ahead. This could be just what the doctor ordered for Tyler Jalbert as they go off in the corners 3 and 4. It's now Noah Carpenter making his way to the inside of EADY. It is going to be Jalbert clear for the lead, and now EADY's going to dive down low, blocked by Jalbert, and that was a necessary move by EADY to keep the 42 of Carpenter behind him. And now it's going to be the 18 of EADY giving the 04 of Jalbert just a little bit of a tap there. These two are racing awfully hard for this top spot. And EADY gets into Jalbert, EADY gets into Jalbert, and Jalbert's going to hang on. EADY goes up the racetrack. Carpenter's going to take over second. They are dueling for that top spot. Here comes Carpenter now to the inside of Jalbert. Carpenter races to the inside. They are side by side for that top spot. It is the 04 of Tyler Jalbert on the high side of the racetrack. And Jalbert and EADY both get into the wall. This is great here at the end of this one. The 42 of Noah Carpenter now to the low side of Tyler Jalbert. Bryan EADY on the high side trying to make things happen. That 18 of EADY's following Jalbert as they continue to race up front. What a great race here from North Wilkesboro. I mean, these boys are just dueling for this thing. As here comes the 18 of EADY. He is right up the tailpipes now of the 04 of Jalbert. Jalbert continues to lead out front, but it's Noah Carpenter on the inside as Jalbert gets loose, and it is going to be the 42 of Noah Carpenter in the lead at the stripe that time by. EADY backs up his corner a little bit. These two racing so close to the top spot. And EADY shoves the 42 up the racetrack. He gets the 42 into the 04. EADY's now racing for Jalbert with second. And EADY gives him the door off into the corner. EADY gives him the door, and now Jalbert's going to come back. He shoves EADY up the racetrack. These boys are absolutely dueling with each other. And I'll tell you what, Bryan EADY in his XCAL debut, he is not here to make friends. He has made that very clear. He is here to race for this victory as he runs right behind the 42 of Noah Carpenter now. EADY doing a fantastic job getting that car up through the field. The 18 of Bryan EADY now runs right on the bumper of Noah Carpenter. Here he comes all over the back of him, and he's going to peek to the inside. EADY has the nose in. He moves the 42 of Carpenter up the racetrack. EADY gets to the inside. Now Tyler Jalbert races them both, and they make contact. EADY gets loose. EADY's going to hang on to it. Great racing here from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. And now EADY on the inside. He's going to clear Carpenter, give the top spot to EADY. And it's going to be the 42 of Carpenter battling now with the 04 of Jalbert for second. EADY in the lead. John Schwartz just waiting in the wings, watching these guys trying to kill each other from fourth. And in fifth, I believe, is still Kyle Streichard, shortly behind this pack of race cars. To the inside, Tyler Jalbert will take the third position away from Noah Carpenter, so move Jalbert back up to second. Here comes the crossover on Carpenter. Jalbert gets loose, nothing doing there for Carpenter. He drives into the corner, but nothing is there. It's still Bryan EADY continuing to lead as Tyler Jalbert's going to try to track him down. Jalbert. He's going to have 11 laps to make this happen. Let's see what Jalbert has, or will the 18 of EADY just be able to pull away? They come off the corner, this time by the flag stand. It was the fastest car on the racetrack, was Bryan EADY by a little bit. But these guys are all running very comparable lap times right now, as no one's able to really get away from one another. I mean, they are all on top of each other here with 10 laps to go in heat race number 4. It is still EADY showing the way. That battle for second has not calmed down. Carpenter is all over the back bumper of Jalbert. Jalbert is trying to hold on for dear life right now. And now EADY's starting to put some distance between him and Jalbert. EADY's been the fastest car on the racetrack the last 2 times by the flag stand. We'll see if maybe he can open up enough of a gap to put this one in the books. Bryan EADY now, he continues to lead around the North Wilkesboro Speedway, and this time by the flag stand. Let's see who was fastest at the flag this time by. It is going to be Tyler Jalbert. Jalbert was the fastest car on the racetrack that time, and it is so close right now. Jalbert now continues to start to reel in the 18 of EADY. Jalbert catching right back up to his bumper as they are going to be aggressive. Trust me, remember, they've had issues earlier in this one. Jalbert certainly is not a fan of Bryan EADY. He wants to race this one out. Jalbert now is caught right up to the bumper of Bryan EADY. Great racing up here at the front of North Wilkesboro. EADY locks up the brakes. EADY locks up the brakes, and that allows Jalbert to get right up his tailpipes. Jalbert now runs right on the bumper of Bryan Bryan Eady. A fantastic heat race here from North Wilkesboro, and Jalbert all over the back bumper of Bryan Eady. Let's see if he can make the pass happen. They come by the flag stand, 6 laps to go. If they get back to the flag stand again, there will be no more cautions in this race. Off the corner, it's still Eady in the lead. No, Jalbert gets a little loose. Eady gets into the wall. Eady hangs on to it. Jalbert goes to his inside. Jalbert to the inside of Eady. Eady's running the high side of the racetrack, but it's Tyler Jalbert in the 0-4 on the inside. This time by the flag stand, 5 laps to go. No more cautions. And Bryan Eady on the high side. He is going to try to battle this one away from Tyler Jalbert. So Jalbert down low, Eady up top, an epic duel here at the end of North Wilkesboro. It's the 42 of Noah Carpenter waiting in the wings along with John Schwartz in the 0-1. Eady doing a great job driving that car on the high side. He is able to keep that thing up there like I haven't seen many guys able to do tonight, as now he pinches them all the way down the racetrack. It's going to be Eady off of 2 with a big run down the backstretch. Eady carries the momentum in turns 3 and 4. Jalbert still keeping that car pinned down to the low side of the racetrack, and Eady gets tight in the corner. He goes way up the track. Eady is going to have to give position now to Jalbert, as now he's going to cut the nose off of Noah Carpenter. Carpenter's going to try to force the nose in there. Eady cuts him off. Carpenter is going to go around. Carpenter hangs on. It's going to be Eady still racing for that lead with Tyler Jalbert. Eady gives Jalbert a huge bump there. Eady sends Jalbert up the racetrack. Eady gets Jalbert way loose, this time by popsicle sticks. 2 more laps to go. Jalbert's going to throw the block on Eady. Eady drives it into him again. Jalbert slides up the racetrack. Eady peeks to the inside. Oh, him and Jalbert touch. Jalbert goes around. The battle is on for second between Steven Rex and John Schwartz. Here they come. Steven Rex is right up to the bumper of Bryan Eady. This time by, white flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Who is going to hold on in this one? Eady continues the lead. It's Steven Rex running right in the bumper of Bryan Eady. They come off the corner. 1 more shot for Rex in turn 3. Rex is coming down the backstretch. He drives it into the corner right behind Bryan Eady. And this time by, checkered flag in the air. Bryan Eady's going to take it. I am not sure if he will keep it. Race control, it's possible they disqualify him for those moves late with Tyler Jalbert. It is Bryan Eady, though, winning heat race number 4 momentarily. Second, unofficially, is Steven Rex. Third, unofficially, is going to be the 0-1 of John Schwartz. And 4th will be Noah Carpenter in the 42. As Bryan Eady in his XCAL debut did not make any friends whatsoever. Unbelievable race here. And I'm a Bryan Eady guy, trust me. I like watching this guy race. I like racing with him. That was not a good way to make friends in race 1, though. But I know that guy, and he's a hard racer. I think that was probably just him making his name known in XCAL more so than anything else. We're going to try to get a word in with Bryan Eady and hear what he has to say, though, hopefully. We are just, we're going to see if we can maybe get Bryan Eady. He's kind of new to XCAL, so I'm not sure if he'll know where to go for the interview. So we probably are just going to end the broadcast here. I'm just going to give him a minute to see if he can figure it out. We would like to get a quick word in with Bryan Eady if possible. Okay, we do know that EADY has the Discord link now. We are just waiting a moment to hopefully get him in here and get a word with him. An epic race, though. So unofficially, race control, that finish is under review because obviously a lot of interesting things happened at the end there, to say the least. But unofficially, EADY won it. Second was Steven Rex. Third ended up being John Schwartz. And fourth, unofficially, was Noah Carpenter. We are still... that finish is deeply under review, though, so nothing stands here whatsoever. And we are going to try to get a quick word in with Bryan EADY if he can get in the Discord. As of right now, I'm just not seeing him, and I'm just going to take a guess and say we probably won't get him in time. So we're going to wrap up the broadcast here, as I think we have some things to go over. My name's PDJ Zeller, the voice of XCAL Racing. Thank you to everyone at Telesign TV, Tanner Kalin and their great crew here, Aaron Hilbush and everyone over at XCAL Racing who makes what we do possible. We'll see you tomorrow night for the feature, folks.